Hey, Cordney, with your black ass. How your mama so light and your ass is so black? Man, you black. So black, you can show up naked at funerals. So black, you go outside and the street lights turn on. So black, when you was born, God took one look at you and said, damn, I done birthed another one.
So black that my reflection was masked, cause it was reflective of the mask. And they want me fair skinned and smiling so bright. I'll be honest, in the first grade I told my black male teacher I wanted to be all white. He asked me why and I replied, cause their hair moved in the water. All of them have their father. You think they're always smarter, and I'll be able to find the perfect marker.
Oh, yeah,
you know, to draw
sure.
and color myself with.
Cordney, you is black. So black, your school pictures look like ultrasounds. You so black, if I cut you, your ass would bleed smoke. What?
So black that I learned early about self-hate, until it became much clearer about the reflection in the mirror. The secrets of slavery being revealed. What Big Papa couldn't prevent or would have been killed for, great Big Mama was raped by her slave master. Her daily screams heard all the way through the fields. Big Mama would close her eyes to take herself away. Back to her homeland where the master had his pants down to his ankles and told her to never speak of this.
Man.
And the rape of Big Mama's humanity gave birth to the crybabies that were born half white. And his skin is kind of light. And the baby is confused, but feels special because the overseer of the slaughter is now biracial too, but still 3/5 of them. And now it is, and still the inability of the black man to protect his wife and kids, which has had him running from his family ever since. Then the essence of what black beauty is, or was, has mutated. And the blonde hair, blue eyes, and the lack of melanin. And you sure is fine for a girl that's dark skinned.
Cordney, you is black. So black, you got a PhD in hide and go seek. You so black, and when you step outside, you cause a solar eclipse, and the kids on the playground yell and scream, what happened to the sun?
What happened to the sun? The earth, engulfed in a shadow cast by the moon, of this black hole wearing a crown of fire, while millions stare at the sky, amazed yet terrified, as though this the day the good Lord said he returned and divide the righteous from the wicked. See, I was only 6 when I adopted the notion that I must be the wicked. Cackling beige children circle me on the playground to vulture on my delectable insecurities. Rhetorical replies for ridicule. A 20-year running faucet pouring all over me, soaked with self-disgust to be so black. So black that I had to dig for decades to discover that I was not disastrously died. So black that I used to go with Big Mama to clean white folks' homes, taking hard remains to create a fine cuisine for someone else's family. And she still had generations of love left over, so black that when there was no way, my mama heated up my bath water on the stove. Raised a young black boy as dark as Dick Gregory's inner thoughts among a white world that saw his complexion as probable cause. So black that rhythm resonates in our soul like our forefathers are playing the drums in the bowels of our bellies that scream, remember who you are. So black that racism will never fade. Because they can't handle this gorgeous black ass pride, black ass power, black ass strength, black ass love, black ass courage, black ass perseverance, wrapped and packaged all behind this beautiful black ass face. But I pray that one day we'll learn to stop playing these old paper bag games.
Exactly.
Black Cordney.
With your black ass.
Shot of Brandy podcast, man. This 201, man. The return of Mac Woods, man. I know that was deep for y'all, man, but that's how he come. Woods, what's good with you, man?
Man, it's a blessing, man. I appreciate you bringing me back on the show, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming back out, man. It's been a couple years, man.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to be productive, not just busy. But I see you've been doing the same thing.
Exactly. Nah, man. Well, I do want to just start tell you thank you for supporting me, man, early on my journey, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you were 65, man, and now I'm on 201 now. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, but what's been up though, man? You killing the poetry scene, man.
Man, I'm trying to. My whole mentality is that I may not be your favorite. I may not be the best with the pen.
Yeah.
You know, I may not even be the most creative, but your favorite poet will not outwork me.
Okay, exactly.
So that's it.
Okay, so do you feel like, man, I feel like that you one of the most popular ones inside the state, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Is it because of your voice?
I don't.
Or your presence?
I don't know, man.
Or you don't want to take credit?
Well, look, I'm definitely not a humble person. I don't I don't believe in humble. You know, I have a whole mantra around not being humble, especially being a black man in America. Humble don't feed my babies. Exactly. Humble don't bring the paychecks in. Exactly. If you think of anybody that we try to put humble on, that's not a characteristic of them. You put humble on MLK. He was not a humble person. He was a go-getter. He was very much of a virtuous person. He's a powerful person. Right. That's not humble. If you look up humble states meek or modest, and looking at yourself with a low stature. I am none of that, and I won't teach my kids none of that. Exactly. You know, I say some shit that people take offense to, and you can go ahead and take offense to it. But humble comes from our grandmother praising a white Jesus. Right. Humble is to praise our masters. And like the dictionary says, like Webster, that we so much confine to, that we subscribe to, humble is meek or modest, looking at yourself in a low stature, and that's how America wants us to be. If you just think about it. We are black, we are talented, we are gifted, eloquent, fly as hell. We walk into a white space, and they look at us and they want us to humble ourselves before we even speak.
Exactly. I'm
not adhering to that. So I say all that to say, I don't think I'm one of the most popular because I don't have an opportunity to go to a lot of the open mics. Okay. You know, I'm girl dad all day. Right. So I be in the house. Shout out to Dope Poetry, man. Shout out to J Wig and Proverb. I don't know if enough people are paying attention to what they doing. Oh yeah. They've been holding poetry down for the last going on 5 years. Exactly. And that's phenomenal for a poetry show to be going that long period, but inside of Oklahoma City. Right. And so I don't make it to the open mics. I don't make it out to Wave. Shout out to Poetic City. I've been riding with Tavy Blakely for the last 4 years, man. Mm-hmm. That's family right there. And I don't get a chance to make the open mics. Okay, right. And I feel like if you make an open mic often, you're getting the popularity because people are seeing your stuff more often. Right. So I don't know if I'm that popular, but I know I am one of the ones out here that's working the hardest. Right.
But when you do touch that mic, I don't care about the open mic, but when you do touch that mic, man, it's powerful though, man.
Man, I appreciate it. One thing that I learned about pledging Kappa was to learn things under duress. Okay. And when you learn something under duress, you more internalize it than just memorize your poem. You internalize it. You know, it's something inside of you where you can spit it without even thinking. And even though I don't get to practice much in an open mic setting, I'm spitting my poetry when I'm washing my babies. Okay, I'm spitting my poetry when I'm cleaning the house. Right. I'm spitting my poetry when I'm doing all the girl dad stuff. Right. You know.
So they tired of it then.
Well, a lot of times I ain't spitting it to them. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's internalized by the time I step on a stage.
Okay. Right. Yeah, but on Sunday, when I came out to the show, and I didn't want to disturb you.
Oh, that was beautiful, man. Shout out to Original Flow for putting me on that platform. Oh, man. Yeah. Scissor Tail that was the first time I performed at Scissor Tail. Okay, it was beautiful.
Yeah. Man, that was a good look for the city, man. And the downtown area is just coming up, man. Yeah. It just looks so nice. Yeah. Okay, yeah, but like before, man, I seen you getting in that zone, and I didn't want to disturb you, you know what I'm saying? Because you was getting in that zone, like, and you was looking over it. So are you going into it, man, like an athlete is going into a big game on that type of... Right.
Competitive. Right. A lot of my peers, they say they get nervous before they spit. I don't get nervous no more. Right. I want to say the nervousness has left me. Now it's Mike Tyson coming out of right. Okay, right. It's Mike Tyson coming out of the back. Like, I want to kill everybody on the stage. And if you come after me, I want you to be thinking, damn, I got to go after Mac. Right. Like, I want that mentality.
Exactly.
Like, I want that. And I prepare myself and to deliver as passionate as I can. And I think that's really helped me with my acting opportunities.
Okay, right.
I think when people see me on stage and they see the passion that I'm pouring into my poetry, they related it to, man, I think this brother can act.
Right.
And that's how I end up getting my first acting opportunity with Black Wall Street. Shout out to Notice Studios.
Okay. And then like from like the time that you came up until now, you have gotten better and you have added stuff into your into your performances now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I've always liked to put on a show.
Right.
In anything that I'm doing, I want it to be flashy. Even if I put a sports jacket on, I'm gonna have a lapel pin and shit. You know, whatever it is, I want to put some sauce to it.
Man, I love that you are that you can admit that you like to be flashy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I'm not one that wears a lot of big bold jewelry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to eloquent details,
right,
I'm really big on that. You know, like I won't be the person that's trying to wear big flashy jewelry, but the particular watch or the particular details within my jacket will be nice.
Okay.
You know, it might not be super big and super trying to, like, what is it called? The gaudy. It won't be gaudy.
Okay. Yeah.
But it will be nice.
Right.
And it will be eloquent and it will be artistic.
Right.
And that's how I look at dressing.
Yeah,
you know,
man,
too.
you fresh, man. You fresh.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. But when it comes to like adding in dancers, shout out to Tashana Cole, the saxophone, Emmanuel, putting that to it, man, I really got influenced by a lot of people just coming up. You know, I mean, you know, Kanye, he pushes the envelope and he be pissing people off left and right, but just his showmanship.
Right.
The showmanship of Toby Nwigwe.
Okay, right.
You know, he fire and D Smoke.
Yeah.
You know, just the artistic design behind the videos and behind their representation is a lot of what I want to add to poetry.
Right. How did you get better though? You know what I'm saying? Because like the first time that you came, right, you did your thing right before the pod, but we had to do it like a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And now it's one take Jake. You know, and it's passionate though. Like these people don't know that like you coming out, man, like a Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta perform, man, like a Drake. Like you gotta bring these emotions out, man, like a Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just cause you're not rapping, like you still, like it's still deep is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, the getting better is just living more, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the experience, you know. I'm sure within your gift, you getting better. I mean, the studio definitely look fly. But
thank you. I appreciate that.
But I know over experience, you'll probably get more experience with just how to interview.
Right.
How to process the whole your script better. You know, just all of these things that you have to do within your own craft, get better over time, more that you live, and research.
Yeah.
You know, going outside of my own circle and looking at poets that's doing it at a high level.
Okay,
you're talking about a Prentice Powell, a O.B. West, a Masterpiece. You know, you're looking at Ed Mabry. You're looking at all these different poets that's doing it at a high level outside of Oklahoma City, and you're seeing their cadence, you're seeing their branding, their delivery, and you're like, if they're getting paid crazy amounts and they're doing it at this type of level, what can I take and add to my repertoire to make me a better poet, but still be me, still be Mac Woods, but what can I take from them that is working from them and making myself better?
Exactly.
Having that open mind.
Right. Yeah, man, but yours is on the spot though. Yours is live. Like this can be live, but I don't want it to be live because, you know, I can mess up, you know what I'm saying? But you are on the stage of people and they here to
that's real. Be
entertained and they drinking. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's a man.
So it's a blackout for me. No, so all right, so I cheat, right?
Okay, yeah, let me know.
So I tell you the secret sauce. So I wear glasses.
Okay.
But like right now I can see you well, right? Mm-hmm. But if you were just a little bit further, I couldn't make out the details of your face.
Okay.
Right. So when you performing, depending on the people's face, that can mess you up.
Right. Even just the facial expression.
Even if they into it, it can mess your whole vibe up.
Okay, right.
So my cheat is when I perform, I don't wear my glasses.
Okay.
So that means I can't see your facial expression.
Oh yeah, that is a cheat code.
So I'm just seeing blurs of people.
Right.
So even when like you'll see me like quote unquote talk to somebody while I'm spitting.
Yeah.
I can't see their face.
Okay, yeah, you just see the edges
I just see the image. So yeah, it might come off like, man, Mac be talking to the audience and all this. I'm talking to blurs.
Right, okay.
Because if I really saw their face and stuff, even if they're into it, that might mess me up.
Right.
So that's my cheat code. I don't wear my glasses.
Oh, man, that is a cheat code for real, real.
But one thing that I do that messes a lot of poets up, they don't like instrumentals playing while they're spitting.
Yeah. Because
the instruments and stuff mess with them. It don't mess with me because the secret sauce is I practice with loud kids.
Oh, right.
It's that training under duress.
Okay.
It's muscle memory. Once you turn it on, it's on. Right. Because you put yourself in stressful situations while you were training.
Right.
So now it's muscle memory.
It's on.
Yeah.
Right. And you still taking stuff that you pledged with and you still using it in your daily life now.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how big that organization is. Okay. Now that you like got a name for yourself now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How is the scene to you like in OKC? Because I think that the scene has grown like tremendously.
Man, it's beautiful.
That's what I'm thinking too, though. You know what I'm saying?
We got our own renaissance in Oklahoma City,
yeah,
man.
Exactly.
We actually, in Poetic City, when we go out of state, matter of fact, we just came back from Philly and New Jersey.
Okay.
And I went to Philly and New Jersey like a month ago. And then they actually just came from, I couldn't make the Kentucky trip. They just came from Kentucky last week.
Right.
So, if folks don't know, man, Poetic City, we out here getting it. And these are paid gigs,
Right.
But anyway.
Representing Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's beautiful because when we go to these other places, they be like, damn, y'all doing it like that in Oklahoma City?
Okay.
So it's funny because, it's always that hometown shit. Like sometimes you get shit on in your own place.
Right.
But when we go out of state, man, they loving Poetic City, and they're looking at Poetic City like we wish we had something like y'all in our city.
Meaning what though? Like what are they saying? Like as far as the group or the commodity or what?
Like both.
Okay.
Like being able to have a majority black group that dance, sing, rap, poetry, and we do like little sketch plays and stuff within our thing. Yeah. So it's like having that, and we're consistent. Mm-hmm. We are busy all year round. Okay. And so when we go in these other spaces and other cities, they're really appreciating what we do. But going back to what the Black Renaissance that we're having in Oklahoma City, though, is beautiful because you will see so many different spaces with art and with poetry. And hip hop is going hard in OKC right now, man. It's been going hard in OKC for, I feel like, the last damn near 6 years that I've been really paying attention, that I've been tapped in.
Exactly.
But it's been going hard, man.
Yeah.
The singers, the musicians, it's fire, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you can pull up to like an open mic or anything like all through the week.
And it be talent, though.
Yeah.
It be straight talent, man. That's what I be telling people. That's why I was at Scissor Park, because I was just trying to see the talent that we have to offer.
Bro, I swear we have so much talent in Oklahoma City that's like, it's like y'all not mainstream because y'all haven't met the right person yet.
Exactly.
Because you got the talent.
Right. It's just, man, it's the market. You know what I'm saying? Because if you was take a Mac Wood and put him in Brooklyn or something, man, with his voice and his passion,
I be hearing that, man.
You be out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Now that type of stuff, I'm trying not to take to the head. Because when I started acting, the last movie I did, Stepped Into Love.
Okay.
It was from shout out to Tion. Tion wrote it, but at the same time he had producers and directors coming from New Jersey and New York.
Yeah. And
when I met these actors and producers and stuff, they're telling me, "Hey man, you talented. You need to move from Oklahoma City."
Okay, right.
So it's like we got it here.
Yeah.
It's just we not necessarily the market.
Right. Yeah. But I think that God has he has a hold on your life here too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you helped this scene come up. You know what I'm saying? Like you helped this scene grow. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I do have a hand in it, even though I don't be real big into the open minds because I'm just busy with the kids. I really do feel like you can look at my social media
exactly
and see one, my growth, and see how consistent I am
Right.
with trying to push out, my gift.
Right.
And I very much will say that nobody in Oklahoma City has as much content when it comes to poetry on their Instagram or Facebook. Nobody except me, maybe Miss Sharita Renee and Tavy.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Nobody's touching me.
Exactly.
And I will put money on that.
So does your character come off too strong? Like sometimes?
Look, that's funny. So some people be like, you have a very alpha male presence. I never looked at it like that though. I always looked at it like I'm a lion that want to eat with other lions.
Right.
But it's funny because when a lion does walk around, play lions, people that's playing to be lions,
Right.
that sheep start coming out.
Exactly.
And you will see them fade away from you. And you like, damn, what happened to homie? I thought we was going to do something. I thought we was going to build something.
Yeah.
But they will fade away because your personality is too strong for them. And I've been in corporate America, shit, damn near feel like half my life now. Mm-hmm. So I understand how to be tactful. Mm-hmm. I understand how to accommodate others. And I understand how to tone down myself a little bit sometimes,
Is that what we learn as black men? Like going into corporate America, that we basically got to downsize ourselves.
We have to shrink ourselves, man.
Shrink ourselves in these rooms.
Yep.
And act like that we not this. I don't even know what the word is, man. But we can't just be all who we want to be in these rooms.
Yeah,
though.
But I had a conversation with one of my mentees not too long ago. Though I told him, I said, you can't help but to be a lion.
Right. It's hard not.
A lion can be placed in any environment and you still gonna be a lion. Right. Your instincts is still gonna be what they are. Right. So, if you have swag, if you articulate, if you're naturally a leader, yes, it's good to understand how to let other people lead. And that's something that I learned in the military and any organization I've been a part of. I understand how to let people lead, but I also know that I'm a leader myself. Right. So if the opportunity presents itself, or if I see some bullshit going on, I'm gonna call it what it is. Right. So at the same time, when we walk into these corporate rooms, we have to keep the mentality that, yes, we may not be a leader, particularly in this space. They haven't called us to be leaders, but we are. We're still leaders. Right. We're still lions. It's still in us to be that. Right. And we can't shake that shit. And when we dim it down, we fuck ourselves off.
Exactly, because we know in our mind that this is not us and we can be more than this. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But when we go home too, though, it's it's insecurities too, just from that. Just from shrinking yourself from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we sleep on like the black men that came before us. Yeah. A lot of the black men that we saw growing up, like our fathers, our grandfathers and stuff, they'd come home, they might give the check to grandma. Yeah. And they would isolate themselves away from the kids and everybody because they was dealing with it, or they would be inside the house and be abusive. Right. But most of the time, their abusive behavior stems from them not being able to control anything outside of their house. Right. So they come home with this abusive mentality to control the house because that's the only thing that the black man can control. Right. So we sleep on how we actually inherit that shit.
Right. Exactly. How the fam been, man?
Man, fam is good, man. Fam is good. My wife is a beast. Okay. She has a business now, Aesthetics Body Lab. It's in Dell City. Okay. And she has all the lipo machines and all of that. Plus, she's actually a nutritionist and can work you out. And one thing that I tell her to brand herself on is she's actually a mother that had 2 kids, no surgeries. And she one of the baddest motherfuckers out here. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, and she has a real 9-to-5. Okay. That really is more like a 70-hour week. Damn. She's an assistant vice president of diversity and inclusion. So, at the Health Science Center,
she doing all that?
She a beast. Plus, she has an extraordinary husband. So,
she definitely picks up the work ethic.
Yeah. She has an extraordinary husband who picks up a lot of the load. But I mean, she got a lot going, man. She got a lot going, and she's always had a hustle mentality.
Yeah,
like her pops, old school Mexican guy, man.
Okay.
You know, a lot of brothers complain about their father-in-law. My father-in-law is the shit.
Yeah,
he's dope, but he got a hustle mentality. He has a grind. You know, if a man don't work, he don't eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So he has that mentality, and she definitely inherited that mentality. So she'll go to work for OU during the day, and as soon as, man, she'll head to the body lab. And in matter of fact, she wakes up at 4 o'clock every morning. She trains people in the morning.
Okay.
Then she go work for OU. Then she train and do the body lab stuff in the evening.
Damn.
So
while being a mom.
Yeah.
Right.
She a beast. She a beast.
Man, that's nah, man, like from the outside looking in, man, like you got the perfect family. You know what I'm saying?
I say I'm blessed with that, man. But you know, one thing I will tell people: premarital counseling.
Okay.
Do premarital counseling because me and my wife, you know, we still learn each other. We've been with each other since 2010.
Yeah.
But you have to understand when you're in a relationship, you're taking on a person that's had not a lifetime, but at least 20 some odd years of living before they met you.
Right.
They have all their baggage. They have all their habits. They have all their tendencies that they're bringing to your plate. Right. And you got all your shit that you bringing to the plate. Right. So y'all mesh that together, and you know it's hard to be able to accommodate that and learn and grow together. So you know we've been together for a while now, but
congratulations
we still
on that, man.
Appreciate it, man. But we still learning, man. We still growing together. So you know I be on her nerves and she be on my nerves.
Oh yeah, I'm top. Yeah, man. But how is it to have like like a partner that you can work out with, that you can tell your poetry to?
It feels like a
weapon. Girls. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it feel like a weapon, bro. And she's good with money too.
Oh, man, so that's what I'm saying. So
it feel like a weapon. It feel like I got a cheat code.
Exactly. Exactly, like another cheat code, right?
It feel like a cheat code, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it feel like a cheat code because it's like
not a lot of men has experienced not a relationship as joyful as yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like real talk.
Yeah, man. And then having someone to have your back when it comes to like the little stuff of like insurance, paying bills, having a double income.
Yeah.
Boy, having a double income is such a blessing. You know, exactly. Having a double income just off bat, you know, that's a beast right there. Right. But just having the extra person with sense, that's logical, that can bring shit to the table, like another mindset. Because you know, we all know a great mind in one room that's great.
Yeah.
But you add another brain to it,
man,
and then the potential is exponential. Yeah. You'll know what you can accomplish now.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, man. Well, keep on going, man. Congratulations on it.
Appreciate it, man.
So do you get on her nerves with the poetry though? Because you gotta talk to somebody and you gotta like perform in front of somebody.
So I actually don't do much of that with her.
Okay.
Because basically by the time she get home, she's worn out. Right? She's worn out. She gets home. And I will say this, she's very spoiled too.
Okay.
So when she gets home, she don't have to do nothing with the kids. I've already taken care of that.
Okay.
The kids are bathed, fed. For the most part, try to get their homework done. They're done. Yeah. All she gotta do is come home, kiss them goodnight, and wash her ass and lay down.
Okay.
That's all she gotta do.
So real girl dad.
Yeah, she's spoiled as hell.
Yeah.
And my wife is spoiled. So when that happens, you know, she goes to sleep. Now it's daddy time. So daddy time is from like 10 p.m. to, man, I be up to like 1, 2 a.m.
Okay, yeah.
That's my time. And at that time, that's showtime, bro.
Man.
That's when I turn off my headphones. Because, you know, a lot of times when I'm moving around with the girls, I got my headphones, I'm listening to my poetry.
Okay.
Then when it's daddy time, I put that off and I stand up and I'm on the stage.
Okay.
And that's when it's lights, camera, action.
Oh, man.
And I record myself. I watch my mannerisms. I go in the lab, man.
That's hard.
I go in the lab, but that's the only time I have. So you know, when these poets out here, like, you know, some of these poets, you know, and I still have a 9 to 5, bro.
Right, exactly.
So some of these poets, you know, they have a lot more time to practice, and they still not that good.
Right.
So,
right. Not real talk.
So it'd be killing me when like poets say they can't memorize their poems because like, bro, you got the time.
Yeah.
I know you got the time because you don't want to compare schedules with me.
No,
you don't want to do that. I'll shit on your schedule. You don't want to compare schedules to me. So I know if I can have a bag of poems that's memorized, internalized, I know you can do it because you ain't doing shit.
Yeah, man, but it might just be in you though.
This is true.
Because for you to perform by yourself, man, that's hard as hell, man.
Yeah.
That's hard as hell. And for you to judge yourself and all your mannerisms, man, that's beyond hard.
I be looking at it too, man. Like I have this swaying thing that I do. And I think when I sway and I'm spitting, I think it helps me with the memorization, but I think it helps like me like stay on task. Mm-hmm. And I hate it though. Okay. So when I'm watching the footage, I'm like, damn, I gotta stop this shit. Or like sometimes I'm making quick mannerisms with my hand because I talk with my hands, and I'm like, ain't no need for me to do that at that moment. Mm-hmm. So let me see if I can spit that without doing that. So I'm really watching that shit like game days. You know, I'm right. checking the footage.
Yeah, that's hard, man.
Yeah,
that is hard.
But that's the only time I have, man, from 10 p.m. to like 1 a.m. Right. That's when I have to go in the lab. So I really don't spit for my wife and everything like that.
Okay. And you make the most of it, though. Like, there's a lot of people who don't make the most of their time, but they be wanting the final results for it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make the most of your time inside your free time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you make it a point to make that time slot, because I know you be tired. So from 10 to 2, like you making it a point to work on your craft. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you getting the blessings from it though.
Man, amen to that. Cause I'm the other day I got a blessing. I got so I was supposed to be a supporting role for a film. Okay. And then the casting director called me and said they're making me a main character. Damn. And this is one of the films coming down from New York. Okay. And man, I had to stop and just pray to God and say thank you, because I don't know if I was saying thank you enough. Yeah. Because I was just seeing a lot of shit coming my way. And I was like, man, these are a lot of opportunities. I need to say thank you some more. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to make sure I'm taking time to thank the Lord for these blessings, man. Yeah. Because they're pouring in like constantly. Right. Like constantly pouring in, and I'm definitely not taking the shit for granted.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Then the album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was talking about the album last time that you was here, like you'll never make one, and now you got an album though.
Yeah. So the second half, it shout out to Big Worm, man. Worm executive produced.
Oh yeah, Worm is so nice.
Yeah, man. Worm is a beast, man. He executive produced it. Okay. And my whole mentality at first was that I wanted to make an audio version of my book. Okay. But then when I started putting it together, you know, I had new concepts and new things I wanted to do that was outside the book. And then one thing I really wanted to do, I wanted it to have replay value. I wanted people to be able to listen to it and listen to it and listen to it. I didn't want it to just be my voice. Right. Because you know, you can have a dope voice, but let's be honest. If it's just poetry, if it's just somebody spitting in the mic, even over an instrumental, I can see that getting boring. Mm-hmm. I can see that getting boring, no matter how dope the person is. Mm-hmm. So, and you know, I really love instrumentals that tell a story. So even if I wasn't spitting, would the music still tell a story all by itself? Right. So when you listen to my album, which you can stream on all platforms, when you listen to the album, you know, bringing in Miss Devin, she's a beast, man. I really want to put my album on some Mac Woods featuring Devin, because like I got her on damn near all my tracks. Oh yeah, she's so cold, man.
Just a voice,
man. Songbird, man. Yeah. Songbird. You know, legend from Langston University. She's a beast. So
how are you hooking up with these people though? Like, are you meeting them now that you're a poet? Like, you meeting these people? Okay, and you connected
from Oklahoma's Renaissance, man. Yeah. If you're an artist and you're not putting yourself out here at these open mics and these different events, you're missing out on such an immense opportunity to meet other like-minded people. Exactly. Like just being a Scissortail last Sunday, man, I linked up with like 4 people who want me on their albums.
Oh, for real?
Just off that one opportunity at Scissortail.
Right, and seeing you
play with the saxophone in the back. It's cold.
Oh, yeah.
That was cold.
Emmanuel's cold, man.
Man.
Yeah, I found him. Not found him. I met him. I met him. I can't even remember where I met him. I met him doing something, and he was doing his thing, and I said, "Brother, I need you for a performance."
Yeah.
And so I did my first performance with him in 9 November. Shout out. Was 9 November 2019, maybe. Shout out to Bell Poetry, Miss Kenyatta and Cordney. And he was playing the sax, and Tashana was dancing, and just the visual of it was like,
yeah, you start thinking.
I was like, oh, I got to do this again. I got to do this again. And that time it was on some sexual. It was a sexual poem, but it was an erotic joint. But I was like, yeah, just the visual of it is so artistic, and it's so different from anything any other poet is doing.
Right.
I got to keep this.
Exactly.
I got to keep this going. Yeah.
How do you bring that in the booth though? Like with you?
You like the creativity?
Yeah. Like
so my mentality is the replay value.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
Yeah.
I'm thinking with different instrumentation, different levels of voices. Really I'm really a fan of old Kanye.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm thinking old Kanye. I'm thinking Kendrick's Damn, Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Right.
I'm thinking that type of mentality when it comes to like different instrumentations,
Right.
putting movie inserts into it.
Exactly.
Or excerpts, putting movie excerts into it and different things
Right.
like that. Really to give it volume, give it layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did it come off too? Okay. In scissor hand, right? Like we downtown.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
your voice is echoing, and you talking that Black Power shit though. So is it too powerful? Like sometimes, like for the room, or is it just real? Like, because sometimes I was like, I never. Damn. But
so that's funny you say that, because with Poetic City we perform in the Paseo Arts District.
Right. Okay. Like I shouldn't feel like that, right? Because I'm black.
You and exactly, bro.
I shouldn't feel like that,
exactly,
though.
because I'm in that sense I'm making you feel uncomfortable for your blackness.
And that's what it was. Just
exactly.
Like this is too black for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like it's too black to be in this space.
Yeah, but I still love it though.
Folks. Yeah. So real quick story. 2 days ago, I'm teaching a course at OU.
Okay, damn.
And one thing I'm telling the students is, I'm talking about careers, and I said and I'm just like, blanket statement: what gives you energy? What provides you energy? We're talking about different things like being around family, doing community service. I got some tech heads in there, so doing computer programming and coming up with a different coding structure and blah blah blah, right? And then this black girl in front of me, one of two black girls in the class, she says, I have some, and I called her out because she's right in front of me. I said, hey man, you looking and stuff, what gives you energy? Tell me what you're passionate about. And she said, oh, well, mine is kind of biased. I said, okay, well, tell me what it is. She said, well, I love being around black people.
Right.
It energizes me. Now she's whispering this to me in the front of the class, in a class basically full of white people.
Right.
She was afraid to say how proud she is to be around black people.
Right.
I said, and I told her, I stopped class and I said, you say that shit.
Right.
I said, say that shit, queen. Tell me what you proud of. And she said, I really enjoy being around black people. And because I'm in a predominantly white institution, when we are around each other, it feels good. Because in all my classes, I'm like the only black person in there.
Right.
I said, say that shit then. Be proud of it.
Right.
Because the thing about it is, in these white spaces, you have to at least love yourself.
Yeah, I do love myself, but the topic that you talking on is like, y'all did this to us.
No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. But like, even me being a diversity, equity, and inclusion officer, right? I do consulting for businesses and stuff, right?
Okay.
So when I'm talking to these companies, I let them know, if you weren't uncomfortable in this meeting, then I didn't do my job. You should be uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because if you think of anything that makes you uncomfortable, it makes you grow.
Right.
Working out, that's your discomfort. It's discomfort, right? You're stretching, you're pushing your body past its limits or whatever, past
Right.
you think what's your limits.
Right.
And then that discomfort grows muscle. Right. Or you get stronger or whatever have you, right?
Never thought of it.
Right. So in any type of aspect, when you're in discomfort, you're growing. Right. And so, when white folks is in a room full of people that don't look like them, and we're talking about black issues, and and we're talking about inclusion efforts of marginalized people, hell yeah, it should be discomfort. It should be discomfort, and you should be uncomfortable. But maybe us talking about it and really digging into it, now we can move forward into a positive light.
Right. You just a leader, man. You know what I'm saying? Because most people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And go to OU like in front of those students who got money, who can just go to that office and say, hey, they talking too black guys out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just can't do that. And like, your look is the look that we need too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like your Capper brother Kevin Samuels, right?
Yeah.
His look is the look that we need for that person to be talking like that.
Yeah.
Your look is what we need at OU to represent us, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a mentality that that I keep with me as well as my brand, because even when I like go talk to young black men, even in the juvenile center or whatever, if I can, or if it doesn't go off of Lieutenant Cubitt's a mantra, what he's trying to build, I will at least have a sports jacket on.
Okay.
Because in my mind, as a young black boy, I didn't see enough black men in suits.
Right.
And it doesn't take away man, from one of my brothers, DeMarco Robinson, doing his thing with Trap Spelling Bee, he's evolving because he likes wearing suits. He likes wearing suits and stuff now too.
Yeah.
But he looks fresh in casual wear, and other brothers look fresh in casual wear.
Right.
But I just have a personal thing where I want to show young black men that you can be suited up, and it don't have nothing to do with the white man and me code switching or whatever. Right. I believe that black men look great in suits. Yeah. And if it's well tailored and shit, you killing it.
Man, I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not a whole thing about me code switching or me tap dancing for the white man or whatever, because I take a suit and I look way better than most of all the white men in the room.
Right.
None of the white men are piecing together a suit like me.
Right.
so it definitely not no code switching thing. I'm stunting on their ass.
Exactly.
But my whole mentality about wearing a suit in all these different environments is that that we can look that way and still be very real and authentic. And that's my shit right there.
Yeah, but you know how powerful that is, though? Like, for you to come in that fresh with sense and then talk and articulate yourself like the way you do, man, that's scary.
Man,
to every race, man, including your own.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the alpha male shit that people tell me about. And these are other people telling me about that. They like, you're an alpha male that's articulate, it's fresh, and that you have purpose and drive and all that shit is scary.
Right.
And I welcome that.
Yeah, I know you do.
but at the same time, I try to put that in other young men.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But they may not want to wear a suit or whatever. But I'm letting them know in certain spaces you may have to wear a suit.
Exactly.
And in those spaces, I just want you to be able like, all right, I at least got 2 suits in my closet that I know I can kill in if the space requires it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, once you start owning the space, once you become a subject matter expert, once they have to call on you and pay you, then you can wear whatever you want to wear.
Right. Well, the last time that you was here, man, you was kind of talking down on the corporate world, though. So,
definitely.
So are you comfortable yet, though? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
are you in a better place?
Well,
should I say?
Well, I was in that space.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, which, me working for higher education, it's outside of the corporate space, but I still have to deal with it often. Yeah. My whole thing about working in the corporate space is that I wasn't happy, bro. I was
right. That's what I'm asking.
I was depressed. I was depressed.
Okay.
And I didn't know I was depressed. And that's the thing about black men. We get up every day and we just do.
Yeah.
We just push through, and we just take care of business, trying to take care of home and pay the bills. But I was depressed for real. And what got me out of my depression was I started pouring more into my passions. Okay. So even though I was still at that job, I was doing more community service. I was doing more poetry. Yeah. I wrote my book on their computer. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when I started really focusing on my passions, it made dealing with that 9 to 5 easier. Okay. Yeah, and then until one day I said, I'm tired of giving them all of my time, because I was giving them too much of my time. Because at the end of the day, even when you're doing your passions, you still giving them that 40 hours a week. Yeah. You know, and I was like, I'm tired of giving them that much of my life. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I started saying yes to conferences, to summits. I started saying yes to a whole bunch of unpaid stuff. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I got so good at it that then they wanted to pay me for it. Then they wanted to hire me for it. Right. Then that's when OU called and was like, why you haven't applied for this job?
Man, they called you.
Yeah. And it was like, why you haven't applied for this job? And I was literally like, well, I thought y'all might want, somebody with 9 to 5 higher education experience instead of all of my volunteer experience. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I was an adjunct professor at UCO, but I had never had a 9 to 5 job in a higher education sphere. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't think they would want me. And
so was you scared of yourself? What you mean? Like they didn't want you and you still doing your thing in the streets, dog?
I guess because in higher education, they usually like to get people that's already in higher education. Okay. That type of deal. Okay. Yeah, that type of deal. But no, being in that space, I feel comfortable. I love it because it's very much still a situation where I'm trying to teach white folks that inclusive measures for Black people is important. Right. And any type of, transgender LGBTQ community, anybody in the marginalized groups, they don't feel comfortable in these spaces. Right. How can we fix them to give them a sense of belonging here in these spaces? So that's definitely a hard effort. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
And these kids got like opinions too, though.
Yeah,
like, they not like us, They'll talk up for themselves.
Yeah, they'll talk up for themselves. So and then I have the opportunity to go to bat for them.
Okay,
right. I got the opportunity to go to bat for them, so I enjoy that too. So it's like I have some headaches. Yeah, but I'm enjoying these headaches a little more just because at the end of the day I'm getting the gratification from the overall means to the end.
Exactly.
When I was in corporate America, sitting in my cubicle every day, I was negotiating millions and millions and millions of dollars of type of contracts for aircraft mechanics and stuff like in aircraft proposals, but it didn't mean shit to me though. I didn't give a damn. Right. And you can have this higher sense of self saying that, oh, but I'm helping the Air Force and blah blah blah. Man, I don't give a damn about that. Right. Just honestly, I don't give a damn about that. Mm-hmm. What I cared about was helping my people and helping people that's like me that come from similar backgrounds that need someone. They need a voice to speak for them. That's what I cared about. Right. So now that I'm in that space, I got to deal with the headaches of white people not getting it. But at the same time, I get to do and help people that I care about. And then when I see somebody that was struggling and they graduate, or like last spring, I was helping a lot of Hispanics get funding to stay inside of the country while they find a job post graduation, because the messed up concept about international students is when they graduate, they damn near have to get the hell out of the country like right after they graduate. Right. Instead of having the ability, if they don't find a company that will sponsor them. Mm-hmm. So I was in the situation where I was finding a lot of funding for them. So that shit felt good to the motherfucker. That I was able to do that type of stuff. Right? It's fulfilling. Right. It's fulfilling that I was able to do that. So, I could be tired, I could have a headache, I could be pissed off at whatever, but I know that all of that is pouring into something that's really gratifying me.
Right. Did the space program help you with that? Like, being in front of and performing in front of those people that y'all was performing in front of?
Yeah, man. So being a part of the space program was dope too, because what it allowed me to do was meet a whole bunch of producers and rappers.
Okay, yeah.
Tap It In with Worm.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I knew from the space program that I wanted Worm to be the executive producer of my album.
Okay, yeah.
You know, tapping in with phenomenal rappers like Thomas Who and Jacoby Ryan and Daisy. Like all that shit was fire from space program.
But I'm talking about y'all had to go. Y'all had to perform in front of OU, and now you're teaching in front of OU.
Yeah, well, I was already doing work with OU prior to that. I was being pulled in because I was entrenched into like the conferences and the summits. Okay, I had really been doing that since like 2016.
So it was easy.
Yeah, it was easy because I was already in the space. I was already so enthralled in like going and speaking to like I was sitting on panels for business students and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was already doing all of that at OU. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you like you said that you a business consultant. So what do you think about being an image consultant though? Helping people dress, helping people get
people have asked me if I do that type of stuff. I guess I've never The only issue that I would have with that is I know my brand.
Okay.
Right. So I've never thought about how to study your brand.
Okay. Right.
Because your brand could be totally different.
Right.
But me, somebody who likes to dress up, I might try to put a suit on somebody who do not want to be in a suit. Yeah. and you have to live out your brand. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to create your brand. And I don't know if I'd be that good at it. I think I'd be trying to put everybody in a suit.
Yeah, but that's what they'll be coming to you for though, because they don't know how to wear like men don't know how to wear suits.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. And if it was focused around that, like if I push the brand, if I push the thing like, if you want to work on suits and things like that, right? And if you want to
like a night out type deal,
if you want to focus on driving and implementing, gentleman dapper type of things into your image, they come for me. But they'd have to come to me, understanding this is what I'm going to push you to.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because we don't need help throwing on some shorts and a baseball cap, man. We need some help. That pocket, that gold pin you got, that chain hanging out the shirt, it all compliments. You know what I'm saying? And men need help with that, man. So think about that, man.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've had people ask me about that before. Yeah. And I think the thing that's always kind of swayed me away from it is I always thought that I would try to make somebody something that they weren't. Okay. And I don't want to do that. I want people to be who they are, you know?
Right. So you got anything cooking up right now, man? I know you always working on something.
I believe I should at least have 3 films on Netflix or Amazon by the summertime.
You say Netflix?
Yeah, I should, man. It's some things that I've done this fall that are still being edited and still being worked on. Okay. And by the time they come out, probably about spring or summertime. Yeah. They should either be on Netflix or Amazon Prime, man.
Man, so 2022 is already cracking for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I pretty much have my second album done. Okay. It's just me going in and tweaking some things. Okay. And then shout out to my boy CL McCoy. Yeah. Mr. Charts. Yeah. He already has an album after that ready for me. Okay. So it's like, and I already had those tracks pretty much ready.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's just about me trying to figure out the time to get back in the studio. And I love the studio, man. If it wasn't for kids and a wife, I live in the studio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like space program made me fall in love with a studio. I had never been in a studio before then.
Oh, okay.
And then just the creative process.
Yeah, the feel
of it, the vibe of it, seeing all the creatives and one person definitely want to shout out like Thomas Who, man. People talk about rappers in Oklahoma City, and I see a lot of people talking about rappers and they don't bring Thomas Who up.
It's crazy, ain't it?
He, man, fucking top monster, 5. Man. Fucking monster, man.
Every time he
seen this dude literally step up to spit for like every beat that producers was bringing out in front of him. Yeah. And it was just like, and then to see what he did, this whole past year with the Tuesdays. Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
You working.
Come on. And then Jacoby, the drop was at every week the year before that. So man, we got some monsters in Oklahoma City, and we don't get enough credit, you know, in hip hop. Exactly. You know, and I just want to you know, blast them and say that, you know, me as an artist, I'm loving what Oklahoma hip hop look like, man.
Man, I love Oklahoma hip hop, man.
It's beautiful, man. They are very, very talented.
Yeah. How hard is the movie from the poetry though? You know what I'm saying? Because you still gotta learn your words.
Yeah.
But you playing a character that somebody else wants you to play.
Yeah.
Your poetry is stuff that you written down and stuff that you want to do.
So I'm really interested in that though, because man, I really want to be a good actor, man.
Okay,
it's something that I slept on for a long time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. So you know when you have drama class in high school.
Yeah.
So you know, you would go to drama class because it was easy.
Right.
But you would but you would never be a part of the theater stuff. You let the nerds do that.
Right.
right. But if you went to
because it wasn't cool in the black.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But if you go to a play, you get out of class.
Okay.
So we would go to plays, and I'm watching the plays, and we had this one black dude. I wish I knew his name because I want to Google him and see if he's doing something right now. But we had this one black dude. He was in all the plays at Dale City. Shout out Dale City Eagles.
Yeah.
But he was in all the plays, and I'm like, man, I could do this shit. But I ain't, because my homeboys will laugh at me.
Right. Exactly.
So, but you know, I always was like, man, I could do this. And I grew up loving Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, of course, Denzel, you know, Richard Roundtree, loving these black men that James Earl Jones, you know, loving these black men that were doing phenomenal things on the screen. And I was like, man, I always had a love for it. So now I'm like, give me the roles that are much different than me.
Right.
Because a lot of things that I'm getting, I'm either getting the Morris Chestnut type roles, or I'm getting the passionate, powerful black man role, which is honestly very easy for me to play.
Right.
I feel like I'm playing myself. So I want the vulnerable things. I want the things that are, you know, really going to test my acting skills, because I want to dig into it. I want to be a method actor, you know. And so I don't mind getting things and seeing a script that's like totally some shit that I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Because if you're acting, it's not what you would say, it's what that character would say.
Exactly,
so
the character.
Tapping into the character, tapping into the character's backstory, even if I have to create the backstory myself. But understanding where the character's coming from and what they're dealing with. I love that shit, man. It's dope.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing, the problem that I have trying to convert over from poetry to acting though is
what is it?
It's the cadence in the monologues. Because I'm trying to spit the monologue or whatever, or do the script, and it's sounding like a poetry cadence. And
too strong.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I don't. It doesn't need. But you know, some of the directors I worked with, you know, they say it's not bad at all. You know, but then I've worked in other spaces where they say, I can see it. You know, you got to work on that. Okay. You got to work on separating it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Well, I can see like you doing your own short film, adding your poetry inside of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, man.
That'd be dope. Yeah, man, you giving me some ideas, bro. I'm gonna walk away from this motherfucker with some ideas. Yeah.
Nah, man, like you talented, and I know talent. You know what I'm saying?
It.
And I knew that you was talented back then, man, but you had hit like 2 more notches since then, though. You know what I'm saying? And you a professional to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you call yourself a professional? Yeah.
No, definitely. So even when it comes to poetry, like I said, you know, I may not be the most talented. I may not, you know, have the best pen or be the most creative with my poems or my pieces. But one, I'm gonna be on time or early.
Oh yeah.
You won't ever have to worry about Mac Woods not showing up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it my all, and you won't ever catch me getting paid for a show and reading off my phone.
Okay. Right.
Like I think when it comes to being a open mic poet and a professional poet, that's one of the differences right there.
Right.
If I'm getting paid for a show, I'm not reading off my phone. Now, if it's a theme, you know, like it's some dope brothers like Rit and Quincy out of Tulsa who his thing is reading off his notebook.
Yeah.
but he's passionate when he spits. You know, and you can tell he knows the poem, and it's not very monotone. He has a great delivery while he's reading.
It's part of his act.
It's part of his part of his act. But when you see some people that getting paid for a show and either they reading off their phone or they don't even know they damn poem and they forget they poem and shit, that's the difference. You won't see me do that.
Right.
I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I'm gonna show up on time. I'm gonna show up well dressed. And I'm gonna give it my all. Yeah.
Exactly. Man, you got 2 albums coming. You know what I'm saying? Got movies next year, man. Mac is stay with it. Got the family at the house.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the girls getting big, man. They 6 and 4, and both of them some little divas. Yeah. But it's just extraordinary. Like being a parent is so dope. That like you understanding that the things that you're teaching someone is cultivating them to be this type of person.
Right.
You know, so whatever you pour into your child, you know, you hope that it's going to be positive and you hope it's going to be powerful. But at the end of the day, whatever you pour into them is cultivating a little person. And so that shit, watching that shit is exciting. You know, seeing my daughter do things that I know I taught her. And it's like second nature to her now. Like how she watches over her little sister or how, you know, she's the big sister, so she naturally just cleans up after her and just different things that she do around the house and stuff, and how affectionate she is and loving she is, you know. She'll just, and then my little one, she's such a daddy's girl. She just comes by me randomly and like rubs on my shoulder and tells me she loves me while she's walking past me. You know, just to see the type of little things. Just the little things, to see the type of people they're growing into, and both of them smart as hell. You know, they're both of them reading above their grade levels. So. Man, I'm just excited.
Yeah, man, but to have parents like they have, though, who work out, who work all day and still show them love, though, and then still do the outside of the house things like that. So that's showing them the work ethic that they need to have in the world. You know what I'm saying?
And that's very intentional, too.
Okay, is it?
It's very intentional. So, you know, as much as possible, I try to take my girls on sets with me. Or I'll take them to community service with me. You know, I'll take them to Poetic City events with me. I'm doing that shit on purpose. Because I need them to see, you know, one, that besides you, this is also what daddy loves. This is what also, and if I have to leave you for a particular reason, this is what I'm going to. So I'm not just leaving you on some bullshit or whatever. I'm going to do something productive. You know, like my oldest told me one time that daddy's going to make movies. Like that shit is dope.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
Like them to know particularly what I'm doing. Or like they'll say some shit like, are you going to take care of boys today? Because they know I go mentor. Like for them to match that and put those dynamics together and understand what their parents do. Man, I think that's dope. And I think we sleep on that because a lot of times we'll be so busy within our own lives that we don't share our interests with our kids. Because I know personally, I used to ask my mama what she liked. I used to ask her her favorite color all the time. I used to ask her what she liked just as a person, not as a parent, but as a person. I was trying to get to know my mom. And my mom is just a reserved person. So I could tell it's kind of hard for her to do that.
All old school parents are, though.
They're reserved and kind of, you know, private about their stuff. And I was always like, man, why she won't tell me? Like, you know, I asked my mom one time, what was her hobbies? But think about it. You know, your parents, they work all the time. You know, and our old school parents, they worked all the time. They was tired. They was taking care of your ass. They ain't had no hobbies. So even today, for us to have hobbies, we really got to be intentional in making that time. You know, so just me making sure that time with my babies are impactful, and I'm showing them what daddy cares about. So even if I'm not with you and I have to leave the house to go to an event, you understand what I'm doing.
Exactly. Man, you are you a Renaissance man.
Yeah, try to be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, period, man. And I look up to you, though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, bro. Like your family, man, in your situation, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I've been wanting you back on the show, man, but I already know that you've been busy, though. And I'm glad that you made this time for me, dog. Like real talk, though.
Definitely, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it.
even what you had the pit bull, the living room last time. but you had the mic set up.
Yeah.
And but the thing about it was I always knew you was gonna be successful because of your intent in your interviews. You know, I've been on a lot of podcasts and you interview well.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
And your professionalism for your follow up.
Yeah.
And just even setting up the interview time. Everything is professional and it's great correspondence.
Yeah.
So when you have all that set up and you have a great personality and it's easy to talk to you and you have great questions, the shit gonna be dope.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
and next year, man, that's a big year for you. And your daughter's gonna see you on the Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna turn to the Netflix. That shit gonna be dope.
So they like being able to see me on YouTube.
Okay. Of course.
And one thing I try to do is as much as possible, I put them and my wife in my projects.
Okay. Yeah.
So they can see themselves on YouTube and stuff, you know, like that.
Exactly.
So hopefully one day, you know, I can make sure they on Netflix and stuff, you know.
And this will be on YouTube, man, so they can see you talk about them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Nah, man, I appreciate you, Mac, man. Tell the people where they can contact you at, man, and your music too.
Definitely. So my name is Cordney McClain. That's CORDNEY, no U-R-T, McClain, MCCLAIN. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn with that. And on IG, that's Mac, MAC _, since 1985. And also you can find me on www.macwoodsinc. That's INK.com. And to reach out to me, very easy. I'm very open. I respond to DMs. I follow back, all of that. And you can tap into my music, Blacker Than Shakespeare's Inc. You can find that on all platforms. And if you look for Macwoods, MACWOODS, on any platform, you can also find other projects that I've done with other artists. Because I've been on a few albums. I've been on just a lot of random singles with different artists and different poets. Man, it's been a blessing. So holla at me.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Brandy Podcast, man. This is 201, the return of Mac Woods.
Sir, appreciate you, brother. Man, appreciate you, man.